Hello everybody, welcome to another daily dose of gaming news and all that good stuff. And as always, I do my best to with the seeking stuff, but it's automatic. But I have the stuff also is published on Patreon and my blogger as an archive. So yeah, and sorry, later today we should have the Evil Within episode, and then tomorrow XCOM 2. So let's get started. Some stuff interesting here. Some stuff here and there, but some of them it's not worth mentioning, at least from my in my opinion. But interestingly, Intel accidentally confirms entire 14th gen core desktop GPU lineup before launch. Yeah, supposedly it's in par with the leaks that we've been having. I usually don't cover too much Intel stuff because it's very confusing. The naming schemes, you got the K, the KFs, and all that stuff. Plus they did some, I think this is mainly due to the fact they did a revision of this. I think this is, I'm not sure if this is motherboard or something like that. Something to do with the delivery of some stuff, I don't know, power or something like that, or data. I don't understand very well here what it is, but basically this went to the retailers, so they are so they get warned and information of the fact that there is things here regarding the new CPUs and the new motherboards, mainly the socket, the 1700 socket, LGA one, and basically they I think they sent the list of compatible CPUs, and basically that's why we have basically the entire lineup of the 14th gen, which is interesting. Again, as you can see, this is a huge list of CPUs, sorry. That's why I usually don't cover too much Intel in terms of CPUs. It's very confusing even for me, trying to keep up with the naming scheme. From the 900 series we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 CPUs, 700 series 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 CPUs, from 600 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 501, 2, and then again 3 from the 400, and then the lower end 3 more, and then the Intel stuff, which is basically like low power laptops or devices. It's, you see, it's a lot. While usually AMD it's more easier, they usually have 8 CPUs, give or take, kind of depend. Then you have like the X3D. It's more easy to follow up. And of course they do a lot of stuff here with the behind the power. It's the core clocks, the configuration, like performance cores and efficiency cores, I think it's called. But yeah, as you can see, even in the 900 you have some out of the nothing here, like completely not on par with this kind of a thing here. Yeah, the power, the delivery and everything, it's always, at least for me, sometimes very confusing. And even though they perform well, usually they are less efficient in terms of power consumption regarding AMD, sorry. But yeah, and some of them have iGPUs, others don't have. Most of them have. The lower power ones don't have. But yeah, at least we got a better idea of the lineup they are going to deliver from the next one, and it seems in terms of performance, again, it's not that big of a deal, since that the i9 14900K is 2% faster on average than the Ryzen 7950 X3D in official 1080p gaming performance. Again, I don't think this is the best comparison here. I think in terms of in gaming, I think you should compare it more to the 7800 X3D. I think it's more comparable that way. I don't know if they would have like the same kind of average faster percentage here. But yeah, 2% for, like, I suppose almost double of the power consumption. Because usually Intel, at least lately, on the last generations, they try to brute force their way into getting more performance out of AMD CPUs. At least that's my perception. But yeah, for only 2% faster or maintain the same kind of performance here, at least in terms of gaming, And usually they also cost a little bit more. Even though in terms of productivity, they overall in terms of competing within the same kind of tier in terms of performance, they usually fare a little bit better. And of course, in some games they have very excellent performance. In this case, it's Metro Exodus, Starfield. It's more a recent game, and Counter-Strike. It depends. Depends of the game engine. Benefits more or less usually from the X3D, given that the 7800 X3D usually performs way better than the Intel counterparts. It usually has to do with a V-cache there. Some games take advantage of it, others not so much. And yeah, as you can see, we'll see how it goes for sure. I always my recommendation is pay attention to usually Gamer Nexus and Hardware Unbox when the CPUs come out. In terms of reviews, you get a good comparison, not only from performance, from the performance side, but also in terms of price to performance, in terms of how good they perform and how good they are efficiently or not relatively to the competition, and how much they cost. They usually do a good job on that. But yeah, at least we got a good idea, which is going to be on par. I don't know if you have 13 or even 12th gen, it's going to compensate or not, upgrading the CPU, and I'm not sure. 13th gen already, if you have a motherboard with DDR5, it's kind of okay-ish, but this the 14th gen now, I think it's only DDR5. They don't support DDR4, I think. I'm not quite positively sure, but I think that's the case now. But yeah, regarding the news, we got Unity CEO Riccitiello, the scumbag CEO, steps down, basically following the fiasco that was the new plan that they had of runtime fee. Basically, I think it was settled down around to be kept 2.5% of revenue over $1 million, and will be based that reporting of revenue will be based on user reported figures. So it's not, trust me bro, we have a way of knowing how much games copies you sold, and basically this is going to be applied only to games with the new version of the game, of the engine, sorry, that will be released next year. It is what it is, but I'm not sure if this kept at 2.5. I don't know the exact figures of what was the current, or what is the current runtime fee that they have, but it seems I think it's more in line. What I'm not sure. Of course, I'm not in the weeds of the thing, but it seems way less than the less dramatic and less heavy. And of course, I think this will prevent people of having to not sell the game, so they don't go down as a company. But yeah, this guy, of course, had to go down, have to go out. But yeah, I think the interim CEO now, it's a guy that was on. Where is the guy? So this. It was a guy inside the company. Yeah, but yeah, the guy has a statement here, and then Riccitiello, with one of the famous guys, was trying to monetize reloads on not Call of Duty, it's the other Battlefield, trying to monetize reloads on your weapon while you're playing it. Don't ever forget, again, this kind of the names is, I think it's in line with Bobby Kotick. These people just want to make money and take advantage of any weaknesses that the games can induce people, in trying to monetize everything. If they could monetize a login or monetize every time you start the game, they will do it. It's those type of people that we don't want in the industry. I think there is a way of balancing out the fact that they make a product and how they charge it, and to be with a comprehensive, even with microtransaction. I think if you put a model that is comprehensible, especially in free-to-play games, I think there is a balance that can be achieved. just don't be that greedy, and I think things will work out in some sense. But we will see how it goes now with Unity. The reputation is lost now. It's not like a cyberpunk game, it's not like a game, it's basically an engine. It's what the company does, it's what people relied upon doing games. I don't know how this long term is going to do. I just hope some companies might appear in the market. Again, I mentioned that I think Valve Source Engine, I don't know if they do like a revamp on the engine. It would be a good thing in terms of competitive market, in terms of the game engines there is. More variety is good, because you have some independent, not independent, but it's independent, basically from Anvil engine of Ubisoft. EA has their Frostbite engine, I think it's called. You got Bethesda with the creative, I'm sorry, I completely forgot the name of the creation engine. Sorry, I got a blank in my brain for this one. And of course you got the Unreal Engine and you got the Unity, but the fact that some companies have their proprietary engines, it doesn't help too much on the overall market. I think if you can open it, I don't know, maybe like huge companies, I don't know, Frostbite seems a decent engine, pretty engine. I don't know if they can like do this kind of, if they start to do like the same things here, and they can get like a small fee or something like that. I don't know if it will be good, but then again, the fact that the engines have their own way of work and code and everything, every engine differs in some sense. That's why the overall game engines like Unity and Unreal Engine, they are very valuable in the market because it's something that people can to a certain degree specialize, and they are kind of easy to use. And I don't know, I think at least one more or two more like this main on the main market of engines, like open source per se. It's not open source, but like open for you to register, make an account and start using the engine. I think Unity, Unreal Engine, I think again Source, mainly because it's Valve, it's a big company. I think they can handle like having a team dedicated to give support like Unreal Engine does, and having people there because they do a lot of money just out of the storefront. I don't know, maybe I don't know if other companies can do that, have the resources to do that. I think they do. Again, it's a matter of these companies start scaling down a little bit of in terms of budgets and maintaining the price of the games relatively maximum as it is, because it's already a lot of money. $70 for an average for a game on average. It's starting to get too much for people, and it might not go well if they don't put like a break on the ramping budgets. But yeah, this saga at moment, this part is ended. So the CEO, the guy that had the excellent idea of putting in motion, has stepped down. So he didn't get fired, he just stepped down. He for sure he was not to be bothered too much with this situation. So, which is, I don't know if it even worse or not. So it's not something that was inside of the company that triggered for to get him out, or if this is like a moment to save face to a certain degree, for him to save face, saying that it stepped down instead of getting fired. I don't know. The article doesn't mention nothing in the weeds that might happen there, but yeah, it is what it is. We got an interesting mod from Starfield, which is removing randomized planet generation. I didn't know this. How did the randomized thing works? Basically, every time you create a character, there is a seed that is generated. That seed, it is what mandates in terms of planet content generation. So the random generation is managed throughout that seeds. There is like, I don't know, infinite amount of seeds to a certain degree. There is a finite number, but it's I don't know, 1 million seeds, and each seed it contains certain aspects of the randomness per se. and it is attached to the character itself, because it then that seed is basically created on and saved on the game on the save player. So every time you load the game, you have that seed attached to the character created. And basically what this is, it's basically the mod itself. Just, I think it removes the thing. I didn't understand very well, because this it's very in the details of how mods work, and I'm a little bit new on these things. Yeah, basically the planet names and planet biome data are fixed and stored in the game files. The landings, however, are procedurally generated points of interest and landscape based on the seed. The game subsystem planet content manager has a seed value, which I think it's this. The seed is randomly generated each time you create a new character and is written to save games. Okay. Same character will carry the same seed. As soon as you create a new one, the new character will explore different units. So supposedly, again, if you do an NG plus run, you have to create a new character, I suppose. I'm not sure how that works on Starfield, but it seems interesting. But again, this is there is a way of supposedly changing the seed mid-game, which is basically go console command iPlanet content manager seed planet, and this is, you can put like a random number. I don't know how many numbers there is. Then you save the game, and basically it stays that way. I think that the main philosophy of here is trying to put everybody playing the same seed to a certain degree, so they can help out each other in, because the planets, the name of planets are all the same, and the location and everything is the same. And I think the curated locations, I don't know, the artifact stuff, I think it's what you going after in the game. I think supposedly everything is like the main missions and some, I suppose, side missions like faction mission and everything. I think everything is fixed, so it doesn't get off track. But yeah, the rest, like random encounters, like I assume that has also radiant missions and everything. I think that everything is then generated by the seed itself. Yeah, but it's interesting to that people are getting into this. And of course, there was a new patch coming out, I think, to enable FOV. I think you have an FOV slider and some optimizations here and there, nothing huge here. But hopefully they will get this in a more constant basis and start delivering something worthwhile. And hopefully the creation kit comes soon, so people have access to do like more varied and better mods on the game. And instead of just putting a lot of ini files, just patched together. And with the creation kit, it's way easier and can be more comprehensive on the mods that you do. But yeah, regarding Starfield, this is what I have for today. And we got the Thaumaturge. I spoke this game a few times here and there. It's basically a story-rich turn-based RPG, isometric view. It gets a demo, so I suppose now it's available. I didn't go to the Steam page yet to see if the demo is available. I assume so. I will leave a link on the description on the page of the game, and is going to launch on December 5th. Yeah, demo out now. Okay. This is very interesting. The setting and everything, set in the 20th century Warsaw, Poland. You basically are like you're the Thaumaturge, which basically can see spirits and everything, and then the way you have to deal with all of these things, and of course the story and everything. For sure we will have like the supernatural thing, how to solve cases, and I think decisions and consequences of those decisions, I think, will be on the game itself, and you play as Victor. But yeah, interesting. Again, I'll leave oh my god, the link on the Steam page of this game. And talking about Steam, we got the Steam Next Fest, basically celebration of upcoming games. I got some of them that are on my wish list. I don't know why I wish list this one, Enshrouded. I think it got my interest sometime, and we got a demo here. Last Train Home, I think, will come soon, like next month, if not mistaken, or by the end of this month. I'm not sure. The Inquisitor seems also kind of interesting. We got a demo that it's playable here, and I'm not sure when it's only coming soon. Again, the Thaumaturge we already spoke, here it is. And we got a lot of other games here, the Robocop Rogue City, and a lot of games that I didn't, some of them for sure are ignored on my profile, and others I don't even know the existence, and so I didn't put it on my wish list just in case to check them out. But in terms of gaming deals, we have Ash of Gods Redemption. Again, this is again isometric turn-based battle. I think this one has I'm not sure if it has like car battle or if it is like skill based kind of a thing here. And here tag, it's moddable. It's interesting. I didn't notice that before. But yeah, it seems a pretty good game. It's in line, I think, with Banner Saga games, at least in art style and the combat itself. I don't know if it has like the decision thing also, but it's very similar in that mood. Of course, the story is different, the universe is completely different, and it's 80% off, which is always a good percentage to see. So $5, I think it's a good one. It should have again a demo, but older games going to be difficult to put a demo there. And we got the spiritual successor of that game, which is Ash of Gods: The Way. It's spiritual successor because it takes place in the same universe, but it's like 20 years after, and the main characters are not the same from the first game, but you will see some characters that you saw on the previous game, which is kind of interesting, and it is 20% off. There is a bundle here, around $30, $32 with all the Ash of Gods fans bundle. I think it has a lot of stuff here, or the Universal bundle, which is 23. I think this is a better option here. I'm not sure if it has the deluxe edition. The artwork, yeah, the deluxe edition is just extra good. It's not DLC here. I think this one might be a good one. 23 bucks, give or take. I think it's a very interesting game. It got very positive reviews, so I think it's well worth it. Also, we got BattleTech. It's like a mech game, I think XCOM's with mech. Sorry. I think basically that's the main thing here. It piqued my interest, got very positive reviews. I saw Christopher playing it here and there, and it seems very entertainment for you if you like kind of the thing here. And we got several packages here, of course. I'm not sure which the best deal here, but at least the digital deluxe edition, it's not. Yeah, you can try if you want the base game, or maybe the Mercenary Collection. I think it has all the DLC, which is puts them in basically a full priced game, so 63% off, which is not that bad, I think. And finally, we got Atom RPG. We got the second one. It was in the deal, the Trudogard. Now it's the first one that it's in promotion, 55% off, or $39 for the two games. I think it's a pretty decent one. It's got very positive reviews in both games, so I think it's an interesting one. It's similar in terms of mood and everything, like Wasteland, similar to that, from what I understand. And I'm not sure if it has. I think it has squad management and everything. But yeah, it's kind of a classical RPG, so supposedly you got a lot of some rules of D&D, if not mistaken. But yeah, it seems pretty good. The setting is always interesting, post-apocalyptic nuclear thing here. But yeah, this is what I have for today. I'm just going to wrap up with my plug for my Patreon, just for extra support. The extra support at the moment it is for storage. Basically for me to have more storage to do backups of the projects that I usually do for my private clients, and of course to have space for the videos that I do for the channel. And yeah, basically that's it, guys. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you in the next one. Until then, Kunamy Master out.